Hi there Capricorns, welcome back to my channel The Angel Witch Tarot. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. So, this reading is for the week of 4th May 2026 to the 10th of May 2026. Let's start with the intuitive oracle cards and see what the spirits wanted to know regarding your intuition this week. Empowered decisions. Intuition empowers your decisions. Trust your inner compass. Spiritual guidance. Intuition connects you with divine guidance. Trust its direction. Let's move on to the tarot and see how your week progresses, alright? So we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, which talks about there being confusion, brutality, chaos, finding inner clarity, rethinking an idea, and having a clouded judgment. And then we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, which is saying that you're trying one more time, but you're unable to make decisions. You're aimlessly drifting. You're avoiding something, you're fearing change, and you're fearing loss. Then we have the King of Cups, which is in reverse. So the King of Cups in reverse talks about being aware of cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moodiness, and self-compassion, and inner feelings. It talks about your inner feelings. Then we have the King of Wands in reverse, which talks about impulsiveness, ruthlessness, high expectations. Hi. Impulsiveness, ruthlessness, setting high expectations, like unachievable expectations, and doing things in a hurry. Try baby steps first so that you don't, actually mess it up or disappoint yourself. Alright. And then we have the Two of Wands, which talks about personal goals, inner alignment, fear of the unknown, fear of change, and trying to play it safe because of lack of planning. Alright, it talks about your personal goals, your inner alignment, fear of unknown, fear of change, playing it safe due to lack of planning. Then we have the Death card, which talks about change, endings, beginnings, transformation, transitions, metamorphosis, and the end of a cycle. And then we have the Four of Swords upright, which talks about rest, rejuvenation, relaxation, recuperation, contemplation, meditation, retreat, renewal, and solitude. You need to rest this week. And then we have the High Priestess in reverse, which talks about there are secrets that are harmful, there are hidden agendas that could be harmful, not exactly harmful. There are different situations. Of course, you can't say that every single situation is going to be harmful, but nothing bad in trying to be cautious. Being disconnected from your intuition, withdrawing, going into silence, being selfish, shallow, ignorant, and having some sort of misunderstanding regarding something or someone. And then we have the Magician in reverse, which is talking about manipulation, poor planning, untapped talents, insecurity, lack of confidence, and narcissism. Then we have Alone Time, which says spend some time alone. It will help you gain clarity on your relationship. Then Star, which says your hope and optimism are a powerful love magnet for you right now. So for this next set, I'd like you to think of somebody. It could even be yourself, whoever pops into your mind on top of your head. Just think of that person and let's figure out what's in the shadows of this person's heart. closed off. They are not emotionally available and they're distracted because they've been hurt in the past. But they're also unpredictable because you'll never know what they'll do. They're very unreliable and they're like a live wire that's ready to explode any second. Alright, so let's move on to the next set and see what the spirit animals have for you guys this week. The energetic monkey, all about innovation, confidence and amusement. It says, cherish those who bring laughter to your soul, laughter and joy to your soul. And then we have the curious cat, which is all about independence, intuition and balance. It says, get close to nature and feel the mysterious magic of nature. Last set, we have, I am so lucky, everything always works out for me. This affirmation, it's better to say it out every time you get the chance to, so that this affirmation turns into a manifestation into real life. Alright, I am so lucky, everything always works out for me. Now let's move on to the astro dice for the overall energy of the week. We have Saturn in Sagittarius in the 12th house. So Saturn is all about structure, restriction, discipline, karma, obligation, foundations, ambitions, responsibility, obstacles, authority figures, masculine figures, dominance, burdens, blockages, conventionality and tradition. While Sagittarius is about that adventure, optimistic and excess energy, that's all about expansion, truth-seeking, ambitious, lucky, moral, open-minded, enthusiastic, versatile, intelligent, laziness, restless, greedy, wealthy, disrespectful. It also talks about being a philosopher or a wanderer or a student or a scholar, doing things in a haste and being way too energetic. And then we have the 12th house, which is all about a sense of imprisonment, loss, grief, hidden enemies, solitude, fear, secrets, subconscious thoughts, addictions, healing, spirituality, karma, old age, past lives, dreams. And it also talks about institutions such as hospitals, clinics, or even schools, to be honest. So any kind of institutions, etc., because there are many institutions that could be linked for this. So this is the end of the video for Capricorns. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.